Hey game devs, let's get back to making the chandelier. So the chandelier goes down here. It looks like it's probably one pole. I just don't see this being here and then all dangling from this center point. It seems like a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and put that all the way down and go to here. That'll give us a good idea of where everything else lands as we do it. So that's pretty easy to do because we have it already kind of designed right here. All we need to do is make a pole that goes from the center of this to the center of where we're looking. And you know, this isn't all lined up, this original one, so that's fine. We just want to use this one as the master. I'm going to go ahead and put this one and make it Alt X and freeze it. And then we'll come to this one and we'll make it Alt X, and then I'll go to new and I'll say cylinder, and I'll just make a cylinder real quick and pull it up. And it's probably way down there at the bottom. Yeah, which is fine. Front Z, and we'll move it up. So basically we want this to end at the bottom. I'm not even going to worry about the position. I got to remember at the bottom of this. And you know, we could extrude it. There's another way to do this. If we wanted to put that sphere thing at the bottom, we could build it separately, obviously, or we could extrude this pole out of a sphere. But this is probably the easiest way to do it. So you know what? Let's do it the other way, just so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? Let's come down here, top Z. I'm going to use a sphere this time, so I'm going to go sphere and pull it out, and I'm going to guess, we'll call it that big. Okay. Front Z, pull it out, up. That up. Maybe that's too big. We can deal with that in a minute. Okay, so this has too many spaces already. We already configured that out. And if we look at it, it's got some bevel stuff and it's got some other stuff going on here. So I'm going to give it some quick detail stuff in here. But before I do that, let's cut it down to a reasonable number, because we can always add mesh or turbo smooth on it later and when we get to the higher level stuff. So it's at 32. Let's go down to 24 even. Yeah, and it looks like it probably goes to the top, so I'd say here, so we can still see it curving back in and feel like it's a ball bearing or whatever it is. Okay, so I'm going to collapse it. Oh gosh, the number's going to drive me nuts, so let's just do 7. Okay, or 6, it's even. Yeah, okay. So collapse it down to an apple poly. Again, we could take this and symmetry it. It should be, let me see what I did here. Yep, that way, that way. Okay, good. Right, yeah. So we look good. Okay, so collapse it, apple poly. I'm going to say from this point on, you know what, let's do the top two. That's fine. Let's just do this point on. Yeah. Okay. We can deal with the bottom later. It's not a very good, you know, it's all tries and stuff down here and extra edges. Oh wait, you know what? I just noticed. Oh, it is 24. Let's do 12. That's too little. Let's do 16. That's something. Screw it. We'll just do 24. That's fine. Come back in here again. Sorry about that. I always have to check myself and delete these. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of a bevel chamfer and then kind of like a little thing here, and that's all just done with going to 3, grabbing this face, shift and pull it to the first point, shift and pull it in, back to the front here. Yeah, shift and pull it up. Maybe even scale it out a little bit first and then scale it out more, lift it up, scale it out in, lift it up, one last scale here, one last outer hole. And then in. So let's pull this up to there. It may be more than what we wanted. Easy enough to fix. We can just grab this and drag them down. We can get rid of some of this stuff if we want. Let's just do it simple, and we'll do that. We'll get rid of some of that stuff. So we're going to take these two edges right here, Alt R, and then for me it's Alt Control X, but shortcuts would be collapse. So that looks fine. And the reason it looks fine is because I know these are sharp and stuff, and we're going to make them rounded right now real quick with a chamfer. And then pull it way back, give it another edge, pull it back, and maybe one more edge. Yeah, something like that. That's okay. Okay, so the next thing we need is to deal with the tries, right? I'm sorry, the pole. So easy enough. We're not going to actually use this as the thickness, though. Yeah, we're going to make it a little bit thinner than that. So I'm going to leave this piece here for the division, but I'm going to pull in just something like that. So I get a flat edge right there, and that looks about, let's make it a little bit, there we go. That looks about right. And all we're doing now, I'm sure you're guessing this part, is for now, I'm just going to pull this sucker all the way up and see if that fits the thickness that I was thinking. It's not bad. Yeah. Okay, so again, we're going to collide this for now. We don't usually do this, but for this class and for the speed of things needing to be done, we are going to do it this way. I'm going to go ahead and get out of edge mode, grab this guy, unfreeze all, grab this guy, hide him, make sure our sphere is centered on this. So again, we use that align tool, align to this. There we go. All right. So a couple other things that happened with this piece. Oh, that was wrong. That's not what I meant. So you can also do it. If you use the quick align, it's going to align it to everything. We can just pull it down again, I guess. Just to show you another tool, there's also just the standard align. And if you click on, I have the sphere selected and I click on this, it'll give me what I want to, pivot point. So right now, the only problem with this is you can't move around. If I do it, not that, this one. It's so weird to not see without the lightning bolt. Do it to this, and you see how it moved? Okay, so I don't want it in the Z though. So if I say apply now, and I say okay, and go front, now it's centered, but it's not up and down. Just another way to handle the same problem. Okay, so we have this, we have our center point. There were other things that I noticed, at least at the top, is there's like, points where it looked like it put out. And I think it was just an interesting flourish type of deal. So we'll go ahead and do that kind of stuff. And we're going to call this center support. Okay. Z. All right. Now if we go back to showing our stuff here, one of the things I probably should do is instead of just ending it like that though, because the thought of it makes me nuts, is to actually give it a scale up thing like that, just so it looks like it plugs in. And I think it's actually clipping at this point, which is fine. We'll just fix it, grabbing it down like that high, and then taking this, and we are gonna clip through, but I did want to be able to see some of that there. Okay, so at this point, we could use Swift Loop, but I'm going to try and keep them even. So I'm going to use connect, and instead of using it all, I'll just do this so I can do a few of them. That way I can build them all at once too. That's the idea here. And I could probably do more to make it more interesting. Let's go up to 10 to make it an even number. I'm not super worried about it, and if it bites me in the butt, we can get rid of them later. We'll just do that. Now that those are all selected, I can come in and say extrude. Now that extrusion is not going to be exactly what we want at first, but let's change it down to 2. Oh, you suck, Max. Love that new tool, Max. Thank you. 2. I type it in here. Let's pull back and say 2. Oh, let's say 1. Okay. And that may be too small, so we'll come back in here again and say 0.5. All right, and let's change this to a simple 1. Not 10. Okay. And all we're looking for is a little flourish. So I'm going to take that, and I still have those edges selected. So that's the great thing is now I can just come in and chamfer one more time. Turn off the third one, and I don't need that. I just need that. Okay. If I wanted it further, I could push it out further. I could take it so it's more like this. You know, I can take it straight, whatever you want. Really fast way of getting to that point. Okay. So we have that. And I guess we'll stop there and come back to the next one.